Actually, before I start, I do wish to tell Mr. Deepak Gaurav, Mr. Tandon, I think he's left, Bala Ramesh, Mr. Ajay Jain, Mr. Kalra, and also Sunil, that for your alma mater, for your mother, all of you are the best, including the students who are sitting here, whether they're sitting up there or down here. You'll always be the best. But as a representative of the mother, Destiny has given me this position today. I'd like to up the ante for all of you. We at IIM Calcutta will truly consider you the best, which is the first batch that donates 10 crores and more. That's the benchmark for all of you. Remember that. It's very easy to talk. Let's see you guys put your action to the mouth. And I'm asking on behalf of all the kids here, we need to redevelop the campus. So the challenge is out. Are you guys just words or do you deliver? Execution without strategy is just drift, right, Sunil? So let's look at you, strategize and execute. I don't want to say anything more than that, but there are other IIMs which are batting at the rate of 400-500 crores a year. Let's start with a modest 50 crores. Okay, the challenge is out. Having said that, let me say Om Hreem Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. As I stand before you, I invoke the blessings of the Divine Mother Goddess of the universe, Adi Parashakti, and my entire Guru Parampara for providing me the guidance to me for this 65th Foundation Day address. It was in October of 2017 when I first came to this campus. At that time, I remember getting off at the Calcutta airport, and they had sent some very fine young man to receive me. And I said, I want to take a detour. And I first went to Dakshineshwar, and then I went to Belur Math. When I came back to this campus, I immediately had a meeting with faculty. It was very daunting. Trust me, it was daunting. And I don't want to name the faculty, but somebody in the faculty asked me, do you believe in all these things? Do you believe in Thakur, Ramakrishna, Belur Math? And for a moment, I was absolutely flummoxed. I had no answer. But you know, when your heart reaches out, the divine universe rescues you. And I remembered that Swamiji, that is Swami Vivekananda, is considered to be a teacher. So I did tell the teacher that I went and met the teacher of teachers, which is Thakur Sri Ramakrishna. So namaste to Sri Ramakrishna. I would like to introduce today most revered Swami Sarvapriyananda Ji, distinguished alumnus awardees, respected guests, members of the Board of Governors of IIM Calcutta, Director Professor Alok Kumar Rai, members of the IIM Calcutta faculty, officers, staff, dear student, members of the media and press, and all those friends who are joining this session online via the internet, my pranams to you. Today our chief guest is Swami Sarvapriyananda. He has spared his precious time for IIM Calcutta, for which we are deeply grateful. On behalf of IIM Calcutta, it is my great honor to introduce Swamiji. He is the minister and spiritual leader of the Vedanta Society of New York. In the past, he has also served as an acharya or a teacher at the Advaita Ashram in Mayavati, and later as the head of the Ramakrishna Mission in Hollywood. He was a Nagral Fellow from 2019 and 20 academic year at the Harvard Divinity School, a program that brings Hindu monastics to campus to enrich the Harvard Divinity School community and allow them to study at the university. He was one of the first Hindu monastics to participate in this program. Swamiji is one of the most respected voices in the world of Vedanta, the ancient wisdom of Sanatana Dharma that teaches the oneness of existence and the divinity of the soul. He is a monk of the Ramakrishna order and as a tapasya, he continues to study, share, and live the principles of Vedanta. His clear and deeply engaging talks on topics like consciousness, self-realization, and spiritual living in the modern world have achieved global popularity that is almost cult-like. His lectures, whether on the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, or even the neuroscience and spirituality, have inspired millions across cultures and faiths. Through his wisdom and warmth, Swamiji bridges the timeless truths of Vedanta with the challenges and questions of contemporary life. Please join me in welcoming Swami Sarvapriyananda, whose words have the potential to awaken the divinity within all of us. Namaskar, Swamiji. Welcome to. Let me get into my talk straight away. Today I wish to share my thoughts on why we should be less judgmental. So why are we judgmental of others? It would not be wrong if I were to assert that it is simply human nature to be judgmental, a powerful habit. Over millennia of our existence, our minds have acquired immensely powerful tendencies to categorize. It helps us to make sense of the world. Being judgmental comes from comparing the perceived attitude of another person with one's own understanding. It is very often a subconscious defense mechanism which can give us a false sense of control and superiority. When we feel insecure by being judgmental, what we are really doing is protecting ourselves from uncertainty. Now today many speakers have spoken about the Bhagavad Gita. It's one of those texts which is almost inescapable, so I also will refer to it. So what does the Bhagavad Gita tell us about being judgmental? While the word judgmental is not explicitly in the Bhagavad Gita, the underlying qualities that encompass a judgmental attitude are very clearly described in chapter 2 in verses 62 and 63. Verse 62 goes, Dhyato Vishayan Pumsaha Sangaste Shupajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha Kamat Krodho Bijayate. This basically means that while contemplating on Vishayan, the objects of senses, one develops Sangaha, attachment to them, and attachment leads to Kamaha, desire, and from desire arises Krodha. The next, verse 63 says, Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammohat smriti vibhramaha, smriti bhramshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Anger leads to sammoha, that is clouding of judgment, which results in vibhramaha, bewilderment of memory, and when memory is bewildered, smriti bhramshat, the intellect gets destroyed, buddhinashat. And when the intellect is destroyed, one is ruined, pranashyati. A mind that is continuously preoccupied in the external sense objects easily develops attachment, which leads to desire, and from desire, anger arises. These qualities of attachment, desire, and anger therefore lead to bewilderment of memory, which is nothing but loss of intelligence, loss of viveka. Yesterday, Swamiji was talking about viveka, that is the ability to discern, to discriminate. Such a mind is one that has high tendency to being judgmental. I had a choice to think about giving you a talk on corporate finance, Sensex, the world geopolitics, but you have tons of your own alumni who will do that. And I thought that this aspect of what I'm talking today will make sense, even if in a small manner. I believe I'm just sowing a seed in all your consciousness right now. The consequences of being judgmental, are there any consequences? You need to contemplate on that. Being judgmental makes us feel better, at least for the moment, because it is the instinct of our mind to categorize people into being our type and not our type. And too often that instinct goes too far. We create an us versus them divide. This has the potential to lead to conflict, and because we build walls instead of bridges. And today's world, it is even easier. Social media trains us to be judgmental constantly. Does being judgmental actually cost us? First, it costs us connections. When we label people, we stop listening to them. We shut down the very thing that helps us understand others, which is curiosity. Second, it costs us empathy. Every time we reduce someone to a stereotype, we shut down the very thing that helps us understand others. Second, it costs us empathy. Every time we reduce someone to a stereotype, we lose an opportunity to practice compassion, the ability to see through another person's eyes. And the third, it costs us peace. Being judgmental does not just poison relationships, it poisons our own mind. It makes us negative, critical, and constantly focused on what is wrong with others instead of what is good in them. Finally, the process of being judgmental shifts the focus from oneself to the other and prevents our own growth. As I close this, it is especially important for me to share the following. As a corollary, it is important for us to make a distinction between judging and being judgmental. The difference is that judging is the ability to make wise, balanced decisions, while being judgmental is a negative attitude of forming harsh, critical, and often premature opinions about others. Good judgment is a tool for discernment, which can lead to clear decisions and understanding. In comparison, being judgmental is a rigid and often self-righteous mindset that can stem from insecurity. It limits empathy, closes off possibilities, and can be hurtful to others. But in the final analysis, as Guru Shri M always reminds us, and I quote, "The highest function of the intellect is to understand its own limitations, because beyond a certain point, the intellect is of no help. However, intellect is essential, for without it, one cannot think or discriminate. Those on the spiritual search begin to understand that intellect alone cannot take us to the inner centers of consciousness." As I have not given any practical examples, time was limited. I did not want to go beyond my regulation 10 minutes. The entire talk may appear to be bookish or theoretical to all of you, but I urge you, when your mind is at peace, do reflect on what I have just said. Why we should be less judgmental is not just for others' sake, but for our own peace of mind and growth as a human being. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind.